Hello everyone, it's Robin here and welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I'm so excited to see you all here today, and I'm excited for today's video because today we will be infusing some spring into our daily lives, and oh my gosh, this is going to be fun. So I will be building a spring bucket list, so to speak, in my Happy Planner, and yeah, I say so to speak because I'm going to do it a little different. Now, in the past, I have built seasonal bucket lists, which I love. That's a place where you can list all the different activities during a season that you don't want to forget to do. You want to make sure you do so that you keep up on all the fun things that are happening around. Well, there are other elements that you can add to your life to bring that spring in that doesn't require going to a lot of different places, such as some spring books to read, some spring movies to watch, some springish TV shows to binge, and that's what I'll be doing in this bucket list. We're basically making it more of a spring vibes bucket list, so to speak. How about that? So that I can have a list to go to when I just want to add a little element of the season in my day-to-day life. So I'm pretty excited about this. So I have my Happy Planner here. I have some scrapbook paper here. I have sticker books here. I have a lot of inspiration, and oh my gosh, I have a cup of tea. So I'm ready to get started. Are you? Let's do it. Woo. Let's go. So let's start by going over some of the supplies that I'll be using to build my Spring Vibes bucket list. I have some scrapbook paper here, and I really like using scrapbook paper for this type of project because it's a little sturdy and it's also just gorgeous. So I have two sheets here. I picked this up from this paper pad here. It's made by Recollection, so that's Michael's, I think, right? And this is called Key West. I've had this for a few years now, so I don't know if it's still available, but there's tons of paper pads. I like these because there are a lot of pages. This one has 48 pages, and there's 2 designs for each page, so that makes it very easy to use, and it's just beautiful too. So I'm going to set this aside. So I've already went ahead and cut this down. I'll explain that in a second. I have this piece of cardstock right here that I just cut down. It's 2-sided. We'll be using this in the project, and I got this from one of the Happy Planner memory keeping sets. I just pulled it out from here, but you could use part of the scrapbook paper or even just cardstock too. But I pulled this out. I'll explain that in a moment as well. I have this sticker book, and I love this. It's one of the larger sticker packs, and it's seasonal. And what I love about this is it goes through each season, and each season has one of these large stickers, and I think it's just gorgeous. So we'll be using this sticker pack, oh my gosh, isn't that pretty, to build this bucket list. And you can probably see this the rest of the year when I do the other seasons. So I'm really excited about that. I was thinking about this so much and trying to figure out what I wanted to do that I also, speaking of excited, got overexcited because last night I started designing some stickers that I want to use in here, and I'm going to bring them out as a kind of my prototype. So we're watching me have stickers that I'm using as a prototype because they're not on the shop yet, but they will be on there soon, probably next week. And this is the Spring Vibes script. So this sticker sheet has a lot of the words that I know I want to use in here. And I have the bucket list word, I have spring, I have vibes, fun, and goals. So you can put spring in front of any of those and it'll be fine. Or you can use them alone because they're all separate words here. I also have spring books, spring activities, spring movies, and spring TV shows because that's what I want to bring into my bucket list this time around, because I want it to be more of a spring vibes type situation, to where if I'm thinking about what do I want to do today to add some seasonal elements into my day, I can look at this and say, oh, I can go ahead, maybe I'll pick this book up, or I'll watch this TV show or this movie, or even do this activity. So that's what we'll be doing. I got a little overzealous in my designing because then I made these. Oh my gosh, look at these TVs. So these are some, this is the colorful retro TV. These TVs are sized to fit 1.5 inches. The Happy Planner box in a weekly view, the verticals. So they will fit there, but we'll be using them here. I also have some small ones. And they're kind of in a rainbow of colors. So we have like, you know, in a pastel way. So we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then violet. So we're missing the indigo, but you know, it's kind of in between those two. So that's what we have here. And I also made a set of black ones too, because yeah, that's a lot of fun. And then I also put together this film strip set. Oh my gosh. These two are boxes that will fit in a happy planner. They're 1.5 inches across, so they're just like a colorful box. So, and then we have two kind of washi strips going on here. So I just made these. I just printed them out. I have not used them yet. And usually when I design stickers, I like to use them before I put them on the shop, but we're gonna use them today. And what I'm going to do then is go ahead and make any adjustments I need to do, and then you'll hear from me by next week, probably Tuesday. We'll say Tuesday of next week that these will be available on the shop, and I'll share them all with you. And maybe a few others, I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, that's what I have going on. So let's just get started. Okay, I'm set here to go through this. Let's put this aside for right now. Let me talk about this. I already cut these down to save some time, and I cut it down to the Happy Planner size of, well, it's Happy Planner size is 7 by 9 1/4, and then I already punched it. I gave it an extra 3/4 inch on the 7 side, so this is 7 3/4, and folded it over to give some design going on inside because I thought it was so pretty. That is not my tape runner. Let me get my tape runner. Here's my tape runner. So let's go ahead and get these flaps taped down so we can get started. Trying not to get it too close to the edge or on my desk. I should have put something underneath here, but that's okay. There we go. And let's do this side. Okay, this looks great. Yes, love it. And this piece I'm going to put over here because we're going to use this here in just a moment because I want to use it to size. What I'm going to do is punch it because this is going to go in the center here to give me a little extra space to put more items on. So see how this turns out in and out. So I cut this from that scrapbook paper from the Happy Planner. This is 6 by 6. That scrapbook paper already has holes punched in it, but I needed a smaller piece, so I cut it around the parts that I wanted. And I may punch it for here. We'll see. So I'm going to keep it to the side for just a moment. And let me bring this in. So here's how we're going to do this. I want this to be about spring vibes. So I'm going to bring in 8 books that have a spring vibe to them that I can choose from throughout the season if I want to add some spring into my reading. I have some spring activities, so I'll only put maybe about 3 of them in because of spacing. I have 3 spring movies I'll bring in and 3 spring TV shows for binging that I'll want to bring in. So that's kind of the vibe I'll be doing with this. So where to start? I think I want to start with the books because I want to put the books at the bottom, and I have the most of that. And I went ahead, and I know you've seen my videos before, you'll know I like to print book covers on sticker paper. So that's what I've done here because I'm actually going to put the book covers on here because I'm a very visual person and I like to see what's going on. And I will talk about these books as I go too, but I want to kind of set them around in colors. So I have a few different options in books. I have a lot of classics because I definitely want to read more classics going on. And I also have some adult books, I have some younger books, and then I have some other types of books. I'll go through and talk about the books as we go. I think what I want to do is lay this here. Maybe I want these books to go underneath this. So let me see if I can get them down just a touch so we can still see the books. Okay, so maybe we'll put them down in that general area. This is going to be my little garden of books at the bottom here. So let me go ahead and pull the backs off these and lay them down, and then we'll kind of chat about them just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little garden out of these books with this zebra click art pen. It's a really pretty green because I also have some green washi I might want to use, and I think it'll match. And as I do this, I'm going to talk about these books just a little bit indeed. So this first book is one of the different types of books. It's not really a novel, it's actually a cookbook, and it's the Downton Abbey Afternoon Tea Cookbook. And you know, if you're a Downton Abbey fan, this has some gorgeous, gorgeous pictures in it. And there's a lot of recipes. And you know, when I think spring, I also think tea time. So I think that would be a really fun book to read. And as I'm drawing this, I'm doodling just a little stem for it. Okay, that's cute. The next book is The Mysterious Society of Lady Scoundrels. And this book just looks like spring. Doesn't that look like spring? I'm here. Let me give you a close-up. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. And it is filled with pirates and tea societies. And I think it follows Cecilia and I think Ned. And she needs to save her aunt from some crazed pirate. So this just sounds like an exciting little fun adventure. It does promise to be fun, and I think it is very funny as well. This is one, and I think there's 3 books in the series. So if I like this, I can go ahead and get the others. My next book here is Pride and Prejudice. I've been wanting to read a Jane Austen novel for quite some time now, and this is the one that I have. And I probably should mention that all the books that I'm putting in here are books that I have physical copies of. So I thought this would be a great one to start, and very spring-like too, because it is all about love and that type of thing. Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. So I'm really excited to read this one. Okay, that's my little flower. Aren't they cute? The next one is another book similar to the Downton Abbey Afternoon Tea, and it's called Escape into Cottagecore. Now, cottagecore is, it's just so much fun. It's like the simple way of life and romanticizing your life, and especially with the seasons. And this book gives you some ideas on what to do to bring some of that cottagecore vibe into your day-to-day life. It is a cute little book too. I just got it. And here, I'll show you the book. I actually have it sitting right here. And it's really cute. It's by Ramona Jones. It's a tiny book. It has the same feel as my new Wordsworth classic books, and it fits on the shelf nicely with them, which you'll see some of those coming up here on this next page. But this says, find happiness in the natural world, be fully present where you are, and free yourself from the expectations of others. But it's just living that simple life. It's filled with tea and baking and gardening, and it's pictures and how to do things. And it just seems like fun. And there's some seasonal recipes in here too, which I also really like. But I thought the book cover looked really pretty, and I thought that would definitely add some spring vibes. Okay, so there's my little flower garden on that side. Let's go ahead and move over to this side. The next book I'm really excited to read is A Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting, and this is by Sophie Irwin. I think this is her debut novel. And this is all about Regency England and the beginning of the London season, where all the girls come out and find husbands. And it begins in spring, so this is definitely a spring book. And I'm really excited about this. So I think it follows Kitty Talbot, and she needs to find a husband because she needs money or she's going to lose everything. And she runs into this Lord Radcliffe dude at guy, I should say, or he's a lord at in London during this whole season and that type of thing. The book is supposed to be funny and seasonal and spring and all of those good things. And I think it's not spicy. There's no spice in this book, but I think I heard in the Mysterious Society of Lady Scoundrels there might be a little spice. Just a little spice. No spice. But there is a love story. There is a love story. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So my next book is a classic, and I'm really excited about this. The Wind in the Willows. What speaks spring more, right, than some woodland creatures hanging out, having fun? So we have mole, rat, badger, Mr. Toad, all those cool guys, right? Having fun and adventures in their own little world. And I'm really excited to read this. And I'm excited because the copy I have is the Wordsworth collection. I just did a video on it. Here it is right here. It's gorgeous. And it has this feel of, it's not like fabric material, but it has definitely a different feel to it. This says, we'll see if tea and buns will make the world a better place. And yes, that's so true. So I said that it was very similar, this Escape into Cottagecore. It fits nicely with this. Look at that. It looks really nice on the bookshelf. So I'm excited to read this because I've never read the whole Wind in the Willows. I've read parts of it, or I know parts of the story. But here we go. That'll be fun. Which leads me into another great classic, The Secret Garden, which, I mean, it's a garden. That's spring-ish, right? I mean, that's what you think when you think gardens, right? So Mary is sent to Misselthwaite Manor to live with her uncle and, you know, to find the secret garden. So I'm excited to read this too. I have this, again, here, it's right here, in that Wordsworth Classics. It's just beautiful. Look at the spine on that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love the detail on here. Where you tend a rose, my lad, a thistle cannot grow. So this will be really fun, just in the aesthetic value of reading this book for spring. And last but not least, we have Alice in Wonderland. And this copy I have is really pretty. The illustrations are really nice. Now this blue cover here isn't the actual cover of the book. Well, it is the actual cover, but it's not. Look, I'm doing my leaves really weird now. But it's not the jacket. I actually took the jacket off because the jacket is brown and this is blue underneath, and it works really well with my spring display going on in my background. But this follows Alice and her adventures in Wonderland, and I absolutely love Alice in Wonderland. So that would be a fun book to read for spring. So here I have my garden of books down below, and I want to go ahead and put just a little washi down here, but I think I need to cut it down. So let me figure that out. Okay, I have my paper cutter here, and I learned this trick from Planning with Bumble, and I want to cut this down. And we're going to go ahead and just put it on here. I'm going to try to line this up sort of near the center. And, well, I'll put it right on this line, actually. Like so. And I'm just going to cut this right in half. Right? Let's see if that worked. Did that work? Oh, it did. Look at that. Okay, that looks really nice. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this piece off right here. There. And let me move this aside. Put this here. And we're going to use this on here. I think this is enough for both sides. And I'm going to go right down across the bottom and just give it some greenery to go along with the stems. And I think that looks just really cute. A little garden going on at the bottom. I wonder if this is enough for the other side. If not, I will cut another piece. It is enough, yes! So there's my garden of books going on at the bottom. Well, we're off to a great start. Okay, so my daughter Holly called, and when I was on the phone with her, I went ahead and played around with this washi. I'll show you. I cut the washi down around the leaves so the stems showed for the books, and I think it looks much better. I left this one here to show you how I did it. So I'm just using my X-Acto knife. I'm cutting around the leaves a bit because I don't want to cut into a leaf, and then around the stem. And then I'm just lifting the washi up like so. And I think that looks so much better because you can see the stems. And now I have my garden of books going on. Okay, I'm pretty excited about this. But let's move on to something else. I have this other washi tape that goes with this one, but it's more vining, and I think I'm going to put it all across the top here. I think that'll tie it together. This green is so pretty, and I'm so excited about all the leaves showing up. I'm just going to put these two together and go straight across the top. And I think that'll look nice. And we can use this to kind of maybe house our title, right? I really love this pink and green together. I think it's so pretty. And let me go ahead and cut that. Before we put any more decor on or our titles, I want to make sure I set this in how I want it. And I think I'm going to go this direction. And I'm going to punch it. I think I'm going to put it here. So let me go ahead and punch the holes in here. So this will live right here. Okay, that's good. That's good. And I want to go ahead and put this spring sticker right on here. I'm going to put the word spring over here too, but it's okay. Can't have too many springs. But I love this sticker and I really want it to have a place. Let's see if I can get it up here. So what's nice about this giant sticker book is that there are 2 pages for every sticker. So I have another whole page with this sticker on it. Look how cute this is. It says hooray for spring. And I kind of want to center it a bit. Or maybe go down just a touch because of the polka dot. Oh, it just decided to lay there. That's where it's going to live. Oh, look at that. That looks really cute. Okay, that looks really cute. So let's set that there for just a second. Just a second. And we're going to figure out where we're going to put these words. So I don't think I want to use this necessarily as a bucket list. I love the word vibes. And I think I really want spring vibes. So all these are separate, like I said, and this is kind of the title. So I think I want vibes on this side and spring on, oh yeah, that works. Oh yeah. So this is similar to a Dutch door situation that you would do in a bullet journal, because I'm going to put the title up here and you can see it no matter how this page is turned. So if it's turned this way, you'll still see it, which will make it fun. So I'm kind of keeping it there. And I want to keep this word spring in line with vibes. That looks about right. Yes, that is some spring vibes going on. Okay, fun. I still need to decide where I want to put my spring books for here. Okay, and I need to do my movies, my activities, and my TV shows. Okay, we got to get to it. Okay, we're going to build this little side here real quick. So I'm going to move Spring's Vibes up here for a moment. And this is going to be our film section. So this is where I'm going to put the movies. So this has a pattern on it, but I think it'll work really well with this. These strips should be fun. I think I want to use these at the top and the bottom. And I'm going to try to stay away from those edges here. Oh, these are exactly 6 inches. See, I was thinking ahead. I made them the right size. Look at that. So they should roughly fit. Right? Look at that. Oh, look at that's cute. Okay, let's put one at the bottom too then. Shall we? Shall we put one maybe at the bottom? Let's leave it here for a second because I'm not sure if I want it at the bottom or not. Let's fit the other pieces in. So I'm going to just list 3 movies here that has some spring vibes to make sure to watch. Now I know there are a ton of other movies, but we're going to start with 3. Actually, let's put spring movies on here. Oh, I took the TV show one. That's okay. They're all the same size, so they work with each other. So this is some spring movies. Now each season, there are certain movies and TV shows that I do tend to like to watch or ideas of, but I'm just looking forward to some, you know, adding those vibes in. Okay, this is cute. This is cute. I kind of want them to go every which way because it's like film strip. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh, I love it. Let's put this one this way. And let's put this one this way, right? And then we'll put this one down here like this. That's cute. Okay, that looks really cute. Pretty obsessed with this page already. So the 3 movies I have, one I haven't seen in a long time. One I haven't seen at all, and one that I just watched. But I watched it in spring, so it's going to count. I'm using my Micron 01, so it's kind of a thin point. And I'm going to put one down that I have not seen at all. I'm really excited about watching this, and I think there are a lot of spring vibes in this movie, and it's Emma. And this is the 2020 version, the one that recently came out. I actually turned it on, saw the absolute very beginning, and it had such beautiful, vibrant colors, and it is so spring-like that I did turn it off because I need to sit down and watch it with intent and not just watch it while I'm working on something, which is what I was doing at that moment. So I'm really excited to watch Emma. So this is another Jane Austen story. So I'm really getting into wanting to read and watch all the Jane Austens. I want to try to read the books before I watch them, but Emma is right there. I think I'll watch this one first. And it's about Emma Woodhouse, and she lives with her father, and I think she's a bit of a matchmaker, but the story probably turns around to where she finds her person, I would think. But she is described as handsome, clever, and rich. And I think that would be really fun to watch. And I'm really excited about it. The next movie that I want to put down is one that I've seen, but it's been a while. And I think Rod would actually watch this one with me because it's The Princess Bride. And, you know, we quote that movie quite often. Inconceivable. So I'm gonna kind of handwrite Bride. There we go. The Princess Bride. So it's about Buttercup and Wesley, and it's all set in this medieval time period. It reminds me of the Renaissance Fair, which is really fun. I think it came out around the same time as The Knight's Tale, which is also really fun. But A Princess Bride seems very spring-like to me, and I'm actually excited to watch that. So I'm putting that on my list. Okay. Oh, this last one is one that I just watched, and it was really good. And, you know, it definitely has some spring vibes, and it's Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. You may have seen that advertised, or maybe you watched it. It's just a nice little film, and it's about Mrs. Harris, and she cleans houses, and she, you know, there's all of these rich people that she cleans for, and all she wants is her own Christian Dior gown. She gets enough money to get one, and she goes to Paris, and all of that happens. And Mrs. Harris is just everything good and wonderful about the world, which is why it's a very spring-like movie, and I absolutely love it. I may watch it again. Who knows? We may watch it again. Okay, let's go ahead. I want to put this strip down here right at the bottom. That'll make it just easy, just to kind of finish it off. There we go. And there's a little quote. It says, "Go after your dreams." And is that hooked to that rabbit? If it is, I'm going to take off the rabbit. It is. So I'm going to cut the rabbit off. I kind of like this quote. It's gold, which to me is kind of a movie color. And for Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, "Go after your dreams" was a huge sentiment. And it probably could be for some of the others too. So I'm going to use this little quote here. I think it's cute. And we're going to put it right here. Like a statue. Go after your dreams. There are these little flowers, and I want to use these next to them kind of as my checkoff points. So let's do these little darker colors on here. So here's a flower. Oh, Emma needs yellow. Here's a flower for Princess Bride. And I can use these kind of as my, to check off when I've seen the movie. And we'll just do it this way. And we're going to use this yellow for Emma because that movie's very yellow. It's really pretty. And oh, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris is a pinkish kind of a cover. So we'll put this right here. And that adds some little spring to that. Let's give it this little butterfly action here. This butterfly is really cute. Let's put it right in here so we can see her face. Gorgeous. Okay, so let's leave this one to the side. This is really fun. And pull back the rest because we have some other things to do. Let's put our title down here for spring books before we go any further. Let's just put it in the center of this side. Spring books. Okay. Because I'm going to do the activities on this side too. So I'm going to put spring activities. I think I'm going to put it up there near the top. So I'm going to go this way. And let's fit the word activities kind of in with it. It fits like that. Look, let's see if that works. I might have to go up a little bit, but we'll see. I can lift that sticker if I need to. So in this sticker book, there are pictures, which I'm excited for. We'll be using those. But there are a few bucket list items in here that I definitely want to use. And I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to pick 3. I'm trying to keep it simple. I definitely want ride a bike because Rod and I got bikes this year and we've been able to ride them a little bit, but with winter it was hard. So spring's here, so now we can ride a bike. So I'm pretty excited about that. Plus there's a picture of a bike in here. So we're gonna put that together. And look, this bike's blue. My bike's blue. See, I like it. So we're gonna start just putting these in and see what kind of space we have. So let's do this. So spring is a great time for riding a bike. Definitely gonna do that. This bike is huge. We're gonna put it right here. Yes. Oh my gosh, look how cute that bike is. Yes. Let's put this over on this side. Ride a bike. Absolutely. Sounds like a good thing to do. Another one, I'm going to pull this picnic basket because I know there was one about planning a picnic. And that sounds like a fun thing. We have this huge blanket that we pulled out in our yard. And we're like, we can have this as our picnic blanket. So yeah, plan a picnic. So plan a picnic right here, right? These stickers are huge, but you know, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. I'm simplifying my bucket list. Now, this doesn't mean this is all I will do, but if I can do some of these things, yeah, that'll be fun, right? I'm gonna move this. I think we might put this in the middle of them. Let's do that. These are spring activities because I have one more, and this way we'll put it this way. There. So the other one we'll put right here. And the other one actually goes along with this is read outside. Because, you know, we need to get outside of the house. And if we have these really cool books, right, that are very spring-like, what's more spring than reading them outside? So let's go like this. So those are books outside. Read outside. Let me put this just all around it. There. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. And that again came from my spring books set. And then let's go ahead and put spring activities back in here. I kind of liked them in the center. Keep them right in the middle. Okay, cute. Very cute. Okay, we're gonna put some of these flowers here. So I'm gonna put one right here for ride a bike. And I'm going to put this one here for read outside. These little flowers are cute. And let's put this pink one up here for planning a picnic. Adorable. And let's work on this other side and we'll find a decoration for here. We're on to the spring TV shows, which is also a lot of fun. And I have a brand new one that I'm actually watching right now, and one that I watch, you know, quite often. So that will be fun. But all of these give me spring vibes. So I'm putting spring TV shows right here. And I'm using this as kind of a template because when it folds over, I want this to kind of be even and all that good stuff. So spring TV shows, I'm excited to use these televisions. So excited. I'm gonna use this blue one. Let's see. We haven't used these yet, so I don't even know how I want to do these. I'm gonna probably put them kitty wonky like I did here. It'll probably be the same. So we'll put this one here. We'll start with that. So many cute colors to choose from. Let's do it like this. Let's just go here. Bam, TV down. Bam, TV down. So let's go ahead and get our TV shows written in. And the first one is one that I'm actually watching right now. It's Bridgerton, and they came out with a second season, so I'm rewatching the first season, and I absolutely love this show. And I'm hoping I can fit the whole word in here. So Bridgerton is the name of the family, and the first season is about Daphne and Simon, and the second season is about Anthony and Kate. And a Bridgerton family, I think there's 7 kids in there. It's all Regency, England, and it's about that time period, the London season, and you're getting a wife and you're getting a husband and all those good things. And it's just fascinating, and I really love that show. So where Bridgerton is very spring-like because it has, well, it's in the London season. It has a lot of spring colors going on and that type of thing, and love story too. So is this show for somewhat different. Now, this show doesn't just take place in spring, but because of what it's about, I kind of view it as a spring show, and that's Downton Abbey. Oh my gosh, I love Downton Abbey. Now, I've rewatched that series a few times, and just the tea parties and the outfits, and it's just amazing. The colors, I love the kitchen and the staff and the colors and the lighting they use. It's just super pretty. And Downton Abbey is definitely one to rewatch during spring to get those vibes. Maggie Smith is my favorite in Downton Abbey for sure. You know, just like I watch in the fall, I like to watch Gilmore Girls. Downton Abbey is something I will tend to start in the spring if I want to watch it. Okay, now the third one is one I haven't watched, and it is Anne with an E. And of course that's about Anne of Green Gables, and it follows Anne Shirley and her adventures and her life. And I'm really excited about that. Anne of Green Gables was the first real book I ever read on my own as a child, as a big book in terms of a child. So there's a lot about that book that I absolutely love, and I haven't seen Anne with an E. There's only 3 seasons. I think they stopped it. I don't think there's going to be any more, but I know people loved this, and I'm really excited to watch it myself. Okay, so these are the 3 shows that I picked, and I think they're really fun, but we need a little decor going on here for sure. Don't you think? I think so. I'm going to trade these because I have an idea of how I want to mark these off. And I'm being careful pulling it up, but once I get it up, this is on removable sticker paper, so it comes up really easily. Downton Abbey has the most seasons, so I'm going to put it down here at the bottom because I'm going to do something here. And get that pulled up. I can mark these off when I'm done with the seasons. So I'm going to write the word seasons. I wrote that kind of little. And I'm going to pull those flowers out again because Bridgerton has 2 seasons. So I'm going to pull 2 flowers, 1 and 2. And I can mark those off when I see them. Okay, I can do this. So let me move this over just a touch so I have room to write the seasons for Anne with an E. And we will pull off 3 of these flowers. 1, 2, and I can mark those off as I watch the seasons. Okay, this is cute, right? I think this is cute. And then Downton Abbey has like 6 seasons. 6! And a few movies, but that's okay. Seasons. So I need 6 of these. Oh my gosh, that looks cute. Look at that. Love it. Okay, I just need a couple little pieces of decor and we'll be done. I think what I want to do, I have some more of these strips. I'm going to use these here up to where it says books. So I'm going to kind of go around this leaf, and I'm going to do the same up here. Oh my gosh, that looks really cute. Okay, I'm just going to pick a couple more pieces of decor and then we're done. I'm going to pull this hat here and kind of place it right over in this area because that kind of fits with all those. And there's also some boots that would fill this area in nicely. And I think that looks cute. That looks really cute. Kind of filled that up, right? And I'm going to go back to the beginning because I think I want to use this butterfly right here over on my other side, kind of up in this area, so it peeks through. Gorgeous. You know, I think we are done. Let's get the planner. Okay, I have my planner here and I have a section titled Spring, which is where this is going to go, right in here. I'm super excited about it. I think it turned out so cute. I love the scrapbook paper that we used. It's so pretty. And then you open it up and you have this. It says Spring Vibes. I'm going to put this right here. And you can see how this is going to work then. So we have our spring activities. We have some spring books to get us in the mood. This says spring, and you flip this over, and we have spring movies and some spring TV shows. Yes! Oh my gosh, that is so cute! And I used some of these new stickers that I'm just putting together, and I think they worked out really nicely. So give me some time to fine tune these things and do all the things I need to do to get them up on my shop. And you will hear from me probably Tuesday. How about that? Tuesday, they'll be on the shop Tuesday. I'll have it figured out by then, for sure. And I will share them all with you again. I also used this seasonal book from the Happy Planner, and it's really fun, and I can't even wait to use the rest of the seasons because it'll be fun. But I think this turned out nice, and I think I have some great ideas to bring spring into my days, and I'm just really excited about this. Let me know down below. So you've seen I did some activities, I did some books, I did movies and TV shows. So let me know down below, what are your recommendations for some of these areas? Or are some of these your favorite ones? I would love to hear about some of the springish TV shows or movies or books or even activities that you look forward to do during this season. Let me know down below. I would love to hear from you and all about it. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!